What's up, YouTube? This is Harry, also known as the Brand Builder, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about defensive and aggressive economics. Now, on this channel I like to give useful information on how to make extra money. I think when I started this channel my original message was make an extra $200 to $300 a month. In 2017 my message was assets over liabilities, basically breaking down the behavior of someone who wanted to save more money and make more money. And since we're approaching 2018, actually in the next 24 hours depending on when this video is uploaded, my new message going into 2018 is defensive economics versus offensive economics. I'm going to break this down because I want my subscribers to use this channel as a reference guide. No matter what you're doing, you can practice both. You can practice defensive and offensive economics. What is defensive economics? Defensive economics is scaling down so that you reduce your cost of living. Now I'm going to tell you guys a secret. Depending on where you live, what economic system your country supports, and or what's going on in your life, there is a way. I live here in the United States. I can already see through my Google Analytics that I do have a lot of people watching my video in Europe. So I'll say this, there is a way that you can get it so that all your living expenses equal zero. We'll talk about that a little later maybe. Maybe we won't visit that in this video. But defensive economics is when you scale back to save more money. Let's say, for example, you're living in a very expensive apartment, or you're living in your own apartment by yourself. Scaling down would be kind of going to live at a place where you're sharing an apartment with someone else, or house hacking, for example, to reduce your cost of living, of course, or your rent. Going to live with a family member or going to move back home for a little short period of time, scaling back on your rental costs. So that's defensive economics. Another example of defensive economics is maybe reducing some of the channels that's offered on your cable or whatever you want to do. Or you could keep your cable, but maybe you could say, let me reduce the amount of groceries I'm buying each week. I've noticed that I've been spending $100. Let's scale that back by 20 and let's reduce that to $80 a week. So that's defensive economics. Finding ways to reduce your monthly expenses probably by $300 a month. I have that on the board here. Offensive economics is I'm going to keep all of my stuff the same, and in fact I want to consume some more. Maybe I want to get more channels on my cable network. Maybe I want to get HBO. I didn't have it before. Maybe I want to do this. Maybe I want to do that. Maybe I want to get another credit card and build up my credit, but I want to use this to pay one of my bills, or whatever the case may be. Or maybe I want to get I want to have a roast, or maybe I want to invite friends over for dinner, so I want to go up on the grocery bills. So now you're going to do it aggressively and make an extra $1,000 a month by either changing jobs or starting a business or doing something where you add more money to your monthly income rather than reducing. Now, even though the $1,000 extra looks more attractive, I will tell you that saving $300 to me is the better way to go than to try to grab an extra $1,000, and I'll tell you why. The aggressive strategy of economics requires something that most people aren't interested in sacrificing, which is time and energy, right? So let's suppose you have to get a second job to make that extra money. Now you have less time around your family, less time around your friends, less time to yourself, less time to worry about health and other concerns that you may have. You have less time to manage your own individual lifestyle, right? Now, if you start a business, now you got more hours to focus on something else other than things that you need to do. So the defensive strategy, you'll have as much free time. You just scale back and you pay less, and then you're able to do things differently. The aggressive, you might have to sacrifice more, right? If you get a high paying job, maybe you got to commute, maybe you got to travel because the area where you live doesn't offer the same competitive wages. Anything can happen. And here's the other thing that most people don't think about: the taxes. Are you really making an extra $1,000 a month, or does it look like you're making an extra $1,000 a month? Saving an extra $300 a month, you don't have to pay taxes to save money. And in fact, you can actually save money by reducing your taxes too. There's other ways to do that as well, but I'm not a tax expert, and nor am I a financial consultant. And just to let you guys know that these videos are for entertainment purposes only. You can use me as a reference guide and then do some more research. I do recommend people read some books. Okay, one of my favorites is The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. I also like The Millionaire Next Door, which I think is a great book for anyone getting started on living the savvy, frugal lifestyle. Benjamin Franklin wrote one, Frugality and Investment, I think it is. I was reading his autobiography. There's so many different references that you can use to help you choose which lifestyle is the best for you. But as far as saving money, you can save money by being more aggressive. You can also save money by being more defensive. So the title of this video is not to confuse anyone. The subject matter in this video is not to confuse anyone either. The subject matter in this video is designed to fit the profile of the individual watcher to see where they want to go to next. By reading certain books that correlate with the message here in this video, you can determine what you want to do next. You could watch this video, get inspired, watch more videos, or you could buy some books. You can talk to different tax attorneys. You can talk to different financial advisors. You can even contact your bank and say, I watched the video. Gentleman was talking about defensive economics and offensive economics. Do you think you have someone who can advise me on which is better? Okay, I'd like to start investing my money, or I'd like to start doing something different. Maybe you can tell me what I can do. Most financial advisors will talk to you about defensive economics. They will not really discuss too much aggressive economics, because aggressive economics doesn't really hit it home. It doesn't help you get any too much further, except it will create more tax liability in most cases. And in some cases, it won't really solve too many problems, because most people who practice aggressive economics, they don't scale down. In fact, they acquire more bills and more liabilities. Like, for example, if they start making an extra $1,000 a month, they go get a more expensive car that pays them more, that they have to pay more money on, $600, $700, $800, maybe $500, rather than that car that they don't have any car payments on anymore. So the aggressive economics can sometimes work against you. It may look like you're making more money, but in most cases you aren't. So it's really up to you. But when you talk to a financial advisor, they'll probably most likely recommend you to start taking up defensive economics. Another defensive strategy that some people can use is you can look at your habits and try to see where you can cut corners. Maybe you want to travel less. I don't always recommend that traveling less is the best thing, but on a day-to-day basis, I wouldn't say don't go on vacation. I also wouldn't say don't visit friends or do interesting things, don't go into town. I would say probably reduce the amount of times you do it. I wouldn't say not to visit that bookstore. You love to, but do it on your days off and solve a bunch of problems at the same time. Now, as far as aggressive economics, it's always good to practice both of these if you can. You can both get very aggressive and also scale down at the same time. That's the best way to do things. And one of the things that you can do, if I have enough time, I don't want to make this video too long. I'm probably going to end it pretty soon. But maybe I'll do a part 2, or maybe I'll just make another video and hope that you guys can help me determine what's best suited for you guys in my next video by commenting and let me know what you want to watch, so that I can probably make videos on that topic, as long as we stay on the topic of what my channel is trying to accomplish, which is giving you useful information. By the way, you can follow me on Twitter. The link will be below. Comment below, guys. Let me know what you want to talk about. Topic: defensive economics and aggressive economics. Which one can you benefit from the most? I know which one I like better, which is defensive economics. But I'm not going to throw away the aggressive economics, because some people can do the aggressive economics and it can work out better for them than the defensive. There's some things that people don't want to give up. Me, for example, I think I have a very high phone bill, but I'm not willing to give that up, because I like the package that I get from my phone company, and I think it's worth it to me in order to do the daily tasks that I do to run some of my other businesses. So it doesn't bother me. Also, I'm a huge Apple fan, and I buy a lot of Apple products, but I also own interest in Apple company. So Apple pays me every year, and I think we're even Steven, right? So most of my Apple products are already paid for through my investments. So we're even Steven. Let me know what you guys want to talk about. Keep me in the loop. Keep me in a circle. Comment below. Follow me on Twitter. And don't forget, speak to a financial advisor. And also, in 2018, people, we are going to start comparing these two and finding out which one you need the most.